All right, folks, here we are, game 4 of the Denver trip here. On the ice, we've got Hughes, McGlasson, Greenow, Anderson, and Damrell. Ross is in net for game 2 today. Excuse me, game 4. Playing Okanagen, Colorado. As Hughes gets brushed off the puck. Damrell's got it. He's going to skate it into the zone. Goes down in the corner. Centers it on net. Goalie kicks it back behind to his D. Berg on the ice now as Okanagen sends it deep, and that's going to be an icing call. Got somebody relaying times for me this game, so 14-15 in the first period. Carlson line out there. He's supported by Waldrop and Berg. Scott and Atchison back on D. Berg has it against the near wall. Good hustle there. Circled in, and a quick goal by Team Alaska as Carlson with good work in the far corner got it over to Berg. Berg with a great pass. Or excuse me, Waldrop with a great pass to Berg, and Berg buries it. So that's Carlson, Waldrop on the assist to Berg. And Team Alaska goes up 1-0. with just a minute 10 into the first period. Boswood line out there now. He wins it back to Damrell. Damrell fires it off the boards trying to hit Green. A little bit behind him. Damrell has it now again. There's Sims. Sims carries it out of the zone. Gets tied up. Damrell catches that puck in the air and gets it deep. Smith now running along the boards. He's able to get to it and punch it out. Green pinches down, keeps it in the zone. Colorado sends it along the boards to get it out of the zone. Here they come the other way. Damrell's back on D. He's got Green with him. Green knocks the puck aside. And Damrell trying to kick it to himself, accidentally stepped on it instead. There's a shot coming in. Ross, big rebound, but saved. Colorado comes up with the puck. Trying to get it deep off of Sims' knee pads. And they send it up and out of the rink. We'll have a face-off in the Team Alaska zone. It's 1-0 Team Alaska, 12:52 left in the first period. Hughes, McGlasson, Greenow out there now, along with Anderson and Scott. Anderson ties up Colorado player on the far side boards. Scott now goes down to grab the puck. It goes around, and there's a shot that doesn't get through. Anderson's there to get in the way and block it. Puck's loose up front. Still loose. Good job by McGlasson. We've got a penalty coming up. They're going to call Hughes for a hooking. So Team Alaska will go on the power play. Hey, give me when there's like a minute left in the power play. Or in the penalty kill. Colorado on the power play. There's a shot. Ross is on it. Good coverage by Ross. Got McGlasson, Greenow, Anderson, and Scott out there on the penalty kill. McGlasson wins that one back to Scott, who sends it around the boards, but that's going to be an icing call. And we'll bring it back into the TA zone. McGlasson set up here to take this draw. Wins it again back to Scott. Scott fires it off the boards. Colorado's there to keep it in. Battle in the corner. Colorado comes out with it. There's a shot off the post. Big rebound. Puck still loose. And that rebound was buried. So 12:03. Colorado gets a tying power play goal. And it's 1-1 here in the first period. We are playing this game without Chase, who unfortunately had 4, or the equivalent of 4 penalties in the last game, so that forces him to sit this game out. And here's Berg with it now. Sends it over to Waldrop. Waldrop taps it to Carlson. Carlson with some speed coming into the zone. He centers it to Berg again, and it's on the goalie. Covered up. Good play there by Carlson and Berg. .11:45 left in the first period. We're all tied up at 1-1. As Green comes off the ice, we've got Scott and Damrell out there. Scott fires it off the shin pads of the Colorado forward. He gets tripped up, and they're going to call that. So with 11:34 left in the first period, a tripping call on Colorado will send Team Alaska into their zone for the first power play of the game. Carlson, Boswood, Berg, McGlasson, and Scott. Carlson has control of the puck, dumps it down to Berg. Berg has it in the corner. Up to Carlson, back to Scott. Carlson with it again. Down to Berg in the corner. Berg gets pushed off the puck. Carlson goes down to help him out. He comes out with it. Sauces it over to Scott. Carlson again. Now Scott fires one wide. Big bounce off the back glass, but taken by Colorado. They can't get it in as, Scott had passed that one off of the Colorado skater. Here comes Colorado. Quick shot. Saved by Ross. Puck's free in the front. Carlson has it now. Tapped over to him by McGlasson. Boswood gets it deep. Scott comes off now as Damrell goes onto the ice. Waldrop and Hughes also. And we've got a nice offsides call. 10:36 left in the first period. We're tied 1-1. We've got 1:02 left in the power play for Team Alaska. As Waldrop, Sims, Greenow, Hughes, and Damrell are on the ice for the final 1 minute of the power play. Colorado wins it, but immediately turn it over to TA, and we turn it right back over. They flip it up and over Ross. Hughes with it. 45 seconds left in the power play. Here's Greenow. He's going to send it around the boards to Sims. Greenow now with it. He gets rubbed off the puck, and Colorado's coming with it the other way. They're going to skate it out of the zone through neutral ice. The linesman doesn't appreciate that one. There's the puck loose, and that's a shorthanded goal for Colorado. 9:47 remaining in the first period. Colorado makes it 2-1 on the shorthanded goal. Carlson's line's out there again, along with Atchison and Scott. Colorado trying to get it deep, but Scott's able to intercept that pass. Here's the Glasson now with it. And that's offsides. Fish, you need this? Carlson wins it back to Atchison. And Colorado's back to full strength. Scott can't handle that pass. Battle here in the corner. Scott and Carlson continuing to battle for it. Puck comes loose. Up to Berg. McGlasson coming up. Streaking down the center. Berg sends it over to the far side. Tipped up and out and back in, but Berg was caught off sides. So Team Alaska will go for a line change as Boswood, Smith, and Sims come out, along with Anderson and Damrell. .9:02 left in the first period. Good win by Boswood there. Sims putting some pressure on. Colorado gets it out of the zone. That's going to be icing, and we'll send it all the way back down into the Okanagen zone and redo things here with 8:50 left in the first period. We're down 2-1. Boswood line still out there, along with Anderson and Damrell. Boswood wins it back to Damrell. Damrell fires that shot, and it gets through, but saved by the goalie. Here comes Colorado the other way. Colorado's got some steam, and there's a shot, loose, rebound. And that's going to be the third goal. Scott has the puck now. Over to Green. To Berg. Up to Scott. Far corner. Scott gets rubbed off the puck. Good check by Waldrop there. Green sends it back in. Just not patient enough, and they get called for offsides. Damrell on for Green. He sends it over to Scott. There's Waldrop. He tries to fire a shot, but missed. Carlson now with it on the far side. Goes behind the goalie. Still has control of the puck. Drops it down to Berg. Berg looking for Waldrop. There's going to be a penalty coming up. Delayed penalty coming up on Colorado. Scott fires a shot, just gets through. Berg on the puck now. Ross came off to get the extra skater on there, and they'll blow the whistle. So Team Alaska will have another power play here, coming at 7:30 left in the first period. We're down 3-1. Good opportunity here to make it 3-2. They're going to call Colorado for a hold, 2-minute minor. Hughes sends it down in the corner. Greenhou's back there, along with Waldrop, we can't keep it in the puck. Here we come the other way. They've got a 2-on-1. Good stick by Damrell. Keep that one against the side. Damrell with it again. Sends it along the boards over to Sims. Sims up to Hughes. Hughes comes out with it. Now Sims. Sims gets it deep. Greenow giving chase. Waldrop has control of the puck now. Sends it over to Damrell. Damrell fires a shot. It's deflected into the corner. Here's Waldrop again on the side. Damrell, that shot doesn't get through. Colorado skater gets by Damrell. Good save by Ross. Hughes over to Sims. Up to Carlson. Carlson waiting for a line change here. Sends it back to Damrell. Damrell along the boards back to Carlson. 1 minute left in the power play for Team Alaska. As McGlasson has the puck now. Trying to get things set up. Sends it over to Damrell. Damrell with a long pass attempt over to Berg. Berg gets rubbed off that puck. Off the glass. McGlasson's not able to keep it in. They'll have to redo it. 30 seconds left in the power play. Scott keeping with it along the blue line. Sends it down to Carlson. And Colorado gets it out of the zone here. McGlasson sends it around over to Boswood. Boswood, good stick there. Colorado's back to full strength. We're getting a line change for TA. Atchison's back on D. Here comes Colorado with a shot. It's against the net. Big hit by Scott. Boswood flips it up and out. Graham comes out on D, along with Atchison. Hughes now on the ice. Lost an edge there. Greenow giving chase. He's got Smith over on his other side. Hughes trying to poke that one up. McGlasson flips it up and out. Bouncing puck. Good job by Hughes. He's got Greenow with him. He fires a shot. It's saved by the goalie and deflected into the corner. Anderson pinches up. Come up and get that puck. Greenow's on it. Excuse me, that's Waldrop. Waldrop can't get a shot through. Colorado gets it out. Bird, excuse me, that's Anderson now. Carlson battling for it at the blue line. Wins the battle, gives it over to Greenow. Greenow tried to drop it down to Carlson. A little behind him. Colorado's going to get to that first. Wide open in front. And that's the goal to make it 4-1. With 3:39 left in the first period. Colorado skates it into the TA zone. They send it back over the center, and Ross is on it. Covers that puck up. Damrell and Scott are back on D. So we'll take a face-off here in the TA zone. Shot saved by Ross. That shot doesn't get through as Carlson deflects it over to the side. Carlson with it behind Ross, sends it up to Waldrop. Waldrop flips it up and out of the zone, but right to the Colorado defender. Berg sends it into the Colorado zone as they grab it behind their goalie. Berg putting some pressure on. Boswood onto the ice now. Here's Waldrop. Waldrop fires a shot. Bounce deflected up, saved by the goalie. And Colorado is going to ice it. We'll have some line changes here. With 2:45 left in the first period, TA is down 4-1 early. Boswood, Sims, and Smith out there, along with Atchison and Damrell. Colorado sends it up to the top. There's a shot saved by Ross. Bouncing puck into the corner. Boswood trying to get it behind Ross. There's Sims now with it. Boswood has it now. He gets rubbed off the puck. Green and Atchison. Green on the far side. Atchison sends it back deep. And Boswood tried to get it out but couldn't. Another shot doesn't get through as Green sticked out there. Sims applying pressure up front. And that's turned over to Smith. Smith sends it off the boards. Sims touches it to get it deep, and we'll get a line change as Hughes' line comes out there now, along with McGlasson and Green out. Anderson and Damrell there, intercepted by McGlasson. Up to Hughes. Hughes gets by. Centers it, puck's loose. Still loose. Damrell. Broken stick by Colorado. Damrell trying to reach Greenough on the backside, a little bit in front of him. Colorado has the puck, and they're going to be able to get it out of the zone. Colorado gets it deep as they'll go for a line change now. Damrell with the puck. Damrell still with it. Skating through the neutral zone. Left the puck at the neutral zone, though. Scott with it now. Over to Greenough. Back to Scott. Sends it off the boards. Waldrop has it. And we're going to have a penalty coming. They're going to send both Scott and the other player. 30 seconds left in the first period. We'll stay 5-on-5, down 4-1. They're going to call Scott for a rough and the other player for a cross check. Stay 5-on-5. Carlson, Waldrop, Berg, Green, and Atchison out there. As Colorado ices that puck, we'll bring it back down into the Colorado zone. Waldrop comes out with the puck. Shot is against the side of the net. Didn't make it to the goalie. Good job by Green. Knocked that Colorado player off the puck. Carlson up to Berg. Back down to Carlson. Shot saved by the goalie. 1 second left. 1 second left in the first period. And after one, Team Alaska's down 4-1. Start of the second period here. Carlson, Waldrop, and Berg out there with Damerl and Green. Colorado has control of the puck on the far side. Off the boards, can't get it out. Damerl, good job taking it away. Here comes Damerl over to Carlson. Carlson down, and there's a shot deflected high. Another shot saved by the goalie. Puck's loose and covered up by the Colorado goalie. Good opportunity there. A couple rebounds, but good job by the Colorado goalie to pounce on it. Not give up the rebound opportunity. Get a line change here. This Hughes line comes in now, along with Anderson and Atchison. Colorado wins it. Atchison looking for a big hit. Couldn't quite connect on that one. Good attempt though. Here's Hughes. Up to Greenough. Greenough missed McGlasson coming through. Just a little bit behind him. Hughes now in the far corner. Now Anderson up to McGlasson. McGlasson sends it to Greenough. Greenough puts a shot on net. Puck's still loose here in the corner. Atchison with it, down to Greenough. Puck kept in, sent over to the far side, but we're doing a line change here, so Colorado's going to take the time to grab that one. Boswood has the puck, intercepted that pass. Boswood sends it off the boards. It's deflected into the TA zone. Boswood goes back to grab it, back behind Ross. Excuse me, that's Anderson in net. Smith trying to get it in, but it bounced right back out, and that'll be offsides. So Anderson came out for the second period. We've got 13:11 left in the second. TA's down 4-1. Boswood line still out there, along with Green and Scott. Smith sends it in. There's Sims now with it. Sims. He fires a shot. Deflected off the post. Puck still bouncing. Puck still loose. There's another shot saved by the goalie. Good job by Scott coming in there. A lot of opportunities. Just can't bury it for TA. So that one hit off the crossbar. Green sends it in deep. Line change coming up for TA. Carlson lines back in there. There's a shot wide by Carlson. Brand keeps it in. Carlson with it. Good job by Anderson to keep it in. Waldrop sends it down. Carlson has it. He leaves it for Waldrop. Fires a shot across. Scott down to Carlson. There's another shot saved by the Colorado goalie, and they've got a 2-on-1 going the other way. Scott's back. Carlson's trying to back check. Couldn't quite get there. Good job by Scott to deflect that behind Anderson, and here comes Carlson now the other way. Carlson still on it. Carlson still to Waldrop. Waldrop trying to get it back to Berg. He couldn't. But Berg with a quick shot. It's wide. Here's Damrell. Damrell's going to fire a shot. It's still loose off the post. Loose still and cannot get it to fall. Multiple pucks hitting off the post, just can't quite get it in. Some good opportunities here. Hughes line in there now. Colorado sends it along the boards. McGlasson gets there first. Bounces the puck up. Good stick by McGlasson. Taps it over to Hughes. It's centered. There's McGlasson fires a shot. Another save by the goalie. And Colorado's coming with it the other way, but intercepted by Damrell. Good job holding up for offsides as McGlasson comes back in. Hughes has it here in the far corner. Lost control of the puck. Green now pestering him a little bit. And Colorado's able to get it out. There they come the other way. Good stick by Green there to knock it over into the corner. And Colorado sends it back behind Anderson, who's going to go play it. Greenough now has it. Trying to hit Hughes, but it was deflected off of the Colorado skate. Boswood line coming out there again. Here's Sims. Sims has got it. Sims still with it. He fires a shot, saved into the corner. They send the puck around, but Atchison is there. And that's going to be an offside call. 10-11 left in the second period. TA's still down 4-1, but they've had multiple opportunities in the first part of this period. Just can't get it in the net. Scott's on the puck. Scott still has it. Over to Atchison. Up to Sims. Hit off his skate. And Colorado has it going the other way. Boswood tips it over to Scott. But it was taken away by Colorado. And now here's a tap. Sims with it. Lost control of the puck. Taken away by Colorado. Good hit by Atchison there. Puck in center ice. Baseball swing by Boswood. Almost made pretty good contact on the baseball swing. Scott in the corner sends it up to Sims. And it goes back down into the TA zone as Scott's back there. Boswood now putting pressure on. That's going to be icing. No, they waved it. Smith putting some pressure on here. Good job by Smith. He's got it. Wraparound attempt. Goalie's there. Another try by Waldrop. Good job there. Goalie in good position. Good stick by Carlson to knock that one out of the air. Puck flies up and out. Damrell's back there to grab it behind Anderson. Anderson high off the glass. Here's Carlson over to Waldrop. Waldrop fires a shot, saved again by the goalie. Bram keeps it in. Waldrop leaves it for Carlson. Here's Berg. Berg got it tapped away. And Colorado gets it out of the zone. Graham's back there. He fires it off the boards to Berg. Here comes Berg. They've got a 3-on-1. Here's Carlson. Carlson fires a shot high and up and over. Dammer tried to tap it back in, but it goes out of the zone. And here's Berg with it again. He tried to get it deep, but whiffed on the puck. And Graham finally does as Hughes comes on with some speed. Hughes, good job. Grabs that puck. Greenow coming in for some support. Greenow's got it. Up to Damerl, back down to Greenow. Hughes trying to get to it. Good stick by McGlasson. Hughes trying to center the puck, but it got deflected. There's Damerl with a shot right in the chest of the goalie. And we have 7:25 left in the second period. Still down 4-1. Boswood, Sims, and Smith out there, along with Green and Scott. Colorado will change it up. 7:25 left in the second. Boswood on the puck. Smith on the far side trying to get to it. Couldn't quite get there. Scott keeps it in, but nobody was there as we were all getting back. Scott in the far corner. Boswood comes out with it. He sends it along the boards to Green. Green up to Sims. Deflected off his skate into the center there. That puck didn't make it through as it was deflected over in the far corner. Green now putting pressure on the near corner. Shot doesn't get through. Here's Sims. He's got Smith with him. Sims still on it. 1-on-3. Good pass by Hughes. Couldn't quite be handled by Smith. He'll go off for a line change as Waldrop comes on. Scott and Waldrop battling for it on the far side there. TA gets it off the zone. But it's going to be icing, and they'll bring it back down into the TA zone. 6:03 left in the second period, 4-1, Colorado. Carlson, Berg, and Waldrop out there with Damerl and I think Green. No, Atchison, sorry. There's Berg up to Waldrop. Back off the glass, trying to get Berg just a little bit in front of him. Colorado comes the other way, and that's going to be outside. .546 left in the second period. Atchison with the puck. Colorado sends it in. Anderson goes to play it behind the net. Up to Berg. Now Carlson has it. Lost control of the puck. Goes into the corner. Good job by Berg to rub him off. There's Damerl. Damerl fires a shot. Saved by the goalie over in the corner. Carlson now with it. He gets rubbed off the puck. They send it around. Berg on the far side. Damerl keeps it in. Damerl fires a shot. It's deflected easily into the corner. Berg sends it over to the other side. Waldrop trying to get there. Couldn't quite keep it in by Damerl, but he does come away with the puck. Hughes now with him. Damerl still on it. And Damerl's going to get a penalty here for a little excessive activity after the puck was gone. So 4:41, Dameral's going to go to the box. Cross check. Team Alaska will go on the penalty kill. Got Hughes, McGlasson, Scott, and Bram out there. Start off the penalty kill. Colorado controls it, skates it into the zone, drops it down to the point. They dump it back down. Scott on the far side. Putting some good pressure, causes the pass to go out of the zone. Colorado will have to regroup. They bring it in. He lost an edge. We get it out again. McGlasson putting some pressure on. Good job by McGlasson. There's a shot off the crossbar. Colorado still has control of the puck. McGlasson up top. Scott now. Hughes. That puck's shot wide. Colorado keeps it in, sends it back behind Anderson. Bram's back there now. Good hit by Bram. Knocked that player off the puck and they get it out of the zone. It's going to be an icing call, but good job, get a change there. Sims, Boswood, Green, and Atchison on the ice now. 3:08 left in the second period. 27 seconds left in the penalty kill for Team Alaska. There's Boswood. Atchison has it. Gets it out of the zone, clears it. It's going to be another icing call, but wastes a few more seconds. So we've got about 20 seconds left in the penalty kill for Team Alaska. Atchison with some pressure down there, back behind Anderson. Good job tying him up. Boswood now. TA's back to full strength. They tried to get a stretch pass out there, but it was deflected. And Sims fires it into the Colorado bench. So successful penalty kill by Team Alaska. 2:31 left in the second period, down 4-1. Carlson line comes back out there along with Damerel and Scott. Puck's back in the corner. Scott's got it. Sends it over to Damerel. Damerel trying to hit Carlson streaking. Weren't able to connect, but they got it out of the zone. Carlson takes that puck away. He's got Berg with him. There's Scott. Down to Waldrop. Leaves it for Carlson. Carlson with a shot, saved by the goalie. Damerel back there to collect it. Damerel up to Carlson. Carlson fires a shot into the shin guards. Waldrop grabs it. Back to Carlson. There's Scott. He tried to fire it on net. Didn't quite get it there. Here's Damerel. Between the legs. That one doesn't get through as it hit Carlson in front. Scott with it. Scott again. Scott fires a shot, and it's saved by the goalie. So 1:17 left in the second period. Team Alaska's out shooting him this period, but can't get one in. Hughes, McGlasson, Greenow, Bram, and Green. Green wrestling to get to the puck. Colorado knocks it back behind Anderson. Puck's in front, bouncing, loose, still loose. And they're going to call a high stick on Colorado. Bring it all the way down into the Colorado zone. 54 seconds left in the period. Hughes wins it back to Scott. Colorado's bringing it the other way. Scott and Damerl back on D. Hughes trying to get it off the boards. McGlasson has it now. McGlasson skating across center ice. Still with it. Taken away by Colorado. And we're going to have a slash on Colorado. .27 seconds left. Carlson, Berg, Hughes, Scott, and Damerl out there. Power play for Team Alaska. Shot doesn't get through. Colorado off the boards, but that's going to be icing. There's 17 seconds left in the period. See if Carlson can win it here and get a quick one. Good job by Damerl to clear it. But hit off of some of the players sitting on the bench. 8 seconds left. One again. Here's Hughes. Damerl's got it. Damerl fires a shot. Saved by the goalie. Probably 3 seconds left. One. That shot actually got through. So after 2, it's 4-1. They'll zam. We'll be back in a bit. Huh? All right, start of the third period here. Team Alaska is going to start it with the power play. Scott has the puck, sends it over to Damrell. McGlasson, Berg, and Carlson are out there as well. Scott sends it over. Here's McGlasson. He's got the puck, leaves it for Scott. Up to Carlson. Back down to Scott. Scott lost control of it. Colorado can't get it out. And does. Damrell now with it. He's going to send it back down and around. Here comes Colorado. Scott's got to get there. Shot saved by Anderson. He deflected it. There's a penalty coming up again on Colorado. Atchison has the puck now and lost it. They're going to call it on 13 for Colorado. .13:35 here in the third. Calling him for holding. We've got Sims, Waldrop, Greenough, Hughes, and Damrell out there. Here's Sims. He's got it behind the net, sends it over to Waldrop. Waldrop trying to get it set up, gets it up to Damrell. Damrell's firing a shot, it's deflected up and out. Do it over again here. Colorado isn't able to get it out of the zone. Greenough sends it back around. And they ice the puck there. Send it back down to Colorado zone. What is that? Huh? Here comes Colorado. Damrell's on him. Shot wide open, blocked, saved by Anderson. Here's Hughes. Greenough has it now. Back over to Hughes. Up to Waldrop. Waldrop sends it back behind the Colorado goalie. Greenough's over there. Lets it go to Damrell. Back to Damrell. That is intercepted by Colorado, and here they go the other way. Damrell with a big hit. Carlson comes out, and that's going to be offsides. So 12:26 left in the third period. .50 seconds remaining in the power play for Team Alaska. Carlson wins it back to McGlasson. Scott's got it behind Anderson. He's getting harassed by a Colorado defender. Sends it to McGlasson. McGlasson down to Carlson. 30 seconds left in the power play. Carlson trying to skate with it. Goes up to Scott. Scott fires it deep. McGlasson's over there, gets it back into the far corner. There's Berg. Up to Scott. Scott fires a shot that's high and wide. McGlasson sends it back around. Carlson gets checked from behind. They're going to call a penalty as well. Berg fires it on net. .11:28. Power play is going to continue for Team Alaska. TA calls a timeout. All right, here we go. Fresh power play for Team Alaska. Carlson wins it back to Scott. Scott sends it over to McGlasson. Back to Scott. Down to Carlson. Down to Berg. Carlson again fires a shot. Glove save by the goalie. Boswood with it. Berg battling for it behind the net. Boswood flips it back behind. Carlson goes in the corner. He comes out with it. Leaves it down for Berg. Over to McGlasson. Scott shoots a five. Yeah. Shoots it wide. Carlson over to McGlasson. Down to Carlson. Streaking McGlasson. Good recovery. They get it back set up. Carlson fires a shot. Saved by the goalie. Good job by McGlasson. Keep that one in. Berg goes back behind the net. Carlson with it. He walks in. Carlson fires a shot. Glove save by the goalie. And we'll get a line change coming at 10:18 left in the third period. Waldrop, Greenhouse, Sims, Damerl. Oh, puck bounced over Anderson. Sims putting some pressure on. Anderson got that one. Damerl sends it over to Hughes. Back to Damerl. Hughes with it. Carries it into the zone. Sends it around to Waldrop. Back down to Damerl. Back to Waldrop. Pass is deflected and out of the zone. Damrow looks to recollect and try to get it back in. Shot, glove saved by the goalie. We'll get another line change. .9:22 left in the third period. Score is still 4-1 Colorado. Colorado gets it out of the zone. Scott's there to retrieve it. Sends it around the boards to Berg. They send it back into the corner. Back down and around. Puck's loose up front. Carlson comes out with it. Here's Berg streaking down. Goes behind the goalie. Tied up in the corner. McGlasson comes out with it. Puck's out of the zone. Back to Scott. Loses an edge. Here comes Colorado. Sully putting some pressure on. Boswood on the ice now. There's going to be a penalty coming up. It's going to be on Scott. 8:26 left in the third period. Another penalty coming up. Bram got tied up with somebody in front. Two minutes for tripping on Bram. So we'll be at a 5-on-3. Carlson, Atchison, and Damrow out there. He walks in, fires a shot, saved by Anderson. Puck's still loose. Puck's still loose. Comes out. Good job by Damrow. Carlson gets it out. And that's icing. .746 left in the third period here. It's 4-1 Colorado. Colorado wins that draw. They get the power play set up. Tried to go across with it, but Damrow is there. Puck goes out of the zone. Everybody will have to clear. Shots high and wide. Sticks deflected, and Anderson's on it. McGlasson and Green come on the ice now. Got 7:13 left in the period. McGlasson, Atchison, and Green out there now. Green going down to grab it. Good job by Green. We're able to get the puck out of the zone. Kill off some time. Colorado gets it in. Puck bounces right in front. That's Atchison. Hits off McGlasson's back. And we're able to throw it up and out. Good job by Atchison to get that puck on the side. Good battle there. We're now on to 4-on-5. Still on the penalty kill. Here comes Carlson. Carlson's got some speed. He's able to get through. Avoids a big hit there. Puck still in the Colorado zone. Ooh, door opened up. Jeez. The hit was just perfect on the far side that the side door opened up. So they immediately stopped play for that. And we're back to full strength as Sims comes out on the ice. Boswood set to take the draw. Smith's out there as well. Smith fires a shot. Gloved by the goalie. Dammel and Green back on defense. Smith sends it back in. Puck gets out, race to the puck. Dammel gets there first. He fires it off the boards to Green. Green trying to hit Smith, but it was behind him. Sims and Boswood send it in offsides. Carlson's line will come back out. .5:38 left in the third period. Team Alaska still down 4-1. Atchison and Scott back there on D. Berg has the puck. Off the boards, trying to get it to Carlson, but they weren't able to connect with each other. McGlasson with it now on the far side. It bounced to Berg. Berg leaves it for Scott. Scott gets rubbed off the puck. And they get it out. McGlasson with it now. Berg sends it over to Carlson. Carlson with a nice move, shot, and saved by the goalie. .441 left in the third. Hughes has it. Save, puck still loose. Dammel on D, along with Anderson. Puck goes across. Weren't able to connect. Waldrop's out there along with Greenow as well. They go across. There's a shot, and that's a goal. So 4:08 left in the third period. That goal makes it 5-1. Deflected in the corner. Scott tries to get it up to Sims, but it's deflected. That shot gets through. Anderson with another save. Scott taking his time. Scott back there sends it along the backboards to Green. Green loses an edge. Puck's right in front, and that's 6-1. .302 left in the third. There's McGlasson with it, skates it across center ice, into the zone. McGlasson fires a shot, saved by the goalie, rebound attempt, and it's backhanded in by Carlson. Makes it 6-2. It's Carlson from McGlasson. Damrow over to Carlson. Puck's still behind, puck's still loose, goes over to the side. Damrow comes up to play it. Damrow still controlling the puck. Berg on it now. Over to Carlson. Tried to get a shot off, but couldn't quite do it. Puck goes out of the zone. Here comes Colorado. And they're going to call offsides. Still in. We've got a running clock here, so this is going to be over pretty quick. Score is 6-2. Less than 2 minutes left. Green out. Here's Sims with it. Scott back there. Anderson trying to keep it in, but the bouncing puck comes across the line. Scott sends a pass over. There's Greenough with it. Scott taps it into the corner. Colorado sends it around. Here's Hughes. Down to Sims. Sims still with it. Puck's bouncing back behind, tied up there. Greenough with it. Puck comes out. It's going to be icing. There's 30 seconds left on a running clock. And that's the game. Last game tomorrow against Yale.